Hi everyone, it's me. I'm back again for my the Forces Press. This is really just a quick intro. Before I start, I know I'll be told off by Mr. Shaw for not wearing uniform, but it is Friday evening, so I think I have some excuse. But obviously, I do appreciate I should be sitting here in nice uniform, looking smart, as we like everyone to be. Anyway, look, I hope you've had a good summer. I think the summer, for some of us, weather-wise, has not been great, but we have to get on. We can't sit there blaming other things, and as I tell my kids, get on with it, don't moan. It's not going to achieve anything from moaning. Anyway, look, the Forces Press is here. Covered off various things. There's a nice little summary. We go through a little bit about the network update very quickly. On the pest side of things are going pretty smoothly. We did come up against a couple of challenges which are covered off in the press here. One new edition just started on Lock. Again, we're seeing a little bit of growth in there. The guys that joined earlier this year are doing particularly well. And on Wash, we're stable. Very interesting little project that James Anderson has been working on in Henley and the Reading area with a big retailer, and we're sort of fingers crossed for that. So generally all good. A couple of challenges, as I say, which we cover off. We won't shy away from challenges. You know, we're far too big and strong to have little things get in our way, but they do. It's business. Things don't always go to plan, and you have to deal with it. And we'll always endeavour to deal with it openly and professionally as you would expect. So that, there is a bit about protecting the brand, and that covers off the two issues. We did have to dismiss a couple of franchisees over the last month for things that were just completely unacceptable. So they've been dealt with, and I say a little bit covered in the press, and a little bit more information has been passed out to franchisees just so they know what happened and so they can be aware of what's going on. Please don't forget the national event, 22nd of November, fast approaching. The last one we held in April, we thoroughly enjoyed, and the feedback was great. We really want to have another great event, so please make every effort, put it in the diary. We want everybody there, and we'll share lots of things that are going on, lots of insights into the business. So there'll be lots of general stuff to talk about, general business, but there'll also be some brand specific stuff to go into. So I really hope to see you all there. We've had a new person join this week. We've been busy this week training, and over the next few weeks we've got another 4 people joining. We've got 2 more pests and two new lockies joining, and I'll introduce those people at the on the next Forces Press in November. Been very busy with the app and the CRM, or not the CRM, what I call the ops system, what you used to call the CRM. Lots of work's been going on there. Again, a little update in the press down below, and we've certainly seen a big uptake now that we've introduced the Apple app. And at the conference, we will go into it in more detail. But we're issuing videos. We're trying to get training out there so you guys can use it. It should be relatively simple, but equally we will do more in terms of videos and more in terms of stuff at the conference. Customer reviews just going unbelievably well. Most of you get feedback when something goes into the system to say you've had a testimonial, and this month Sean Bailey started it, but James Anderson quickly followed up with video testimonials, and they're great. And now what we're looking to do is try and get those embedded into the websites, in an easy, in a way almost where you can upload, like uploading photos, just being able to upload videos. So we're working hard on that, and that should certainly help not just the customer engagement, but also Google's the Google juice of our website. And talking of websites, performance of website continues to be strong. Please, if you're not updating your website, you're not adding new content, then you run the risk of your page dropping down. We can certainly help, but we can't do it all for you. We can't make up the stories that need to go into or the information that needs to go into every page. If you want to talk about how you can do that, then get in touch. There's a little bit here about the intranet. We're well behind on the intranet. The new update to the ops system and the app certainly took a much heavier precedent than expected, but we're now back on to delivering the internet. So I really hope that can go live very, very soon. And one thing before last is social media. one of our incidents we had in the network, which led to the unfortunately the termination of franchise, was a social media thing. It wasn't a malicious thing, but someone put something online. On a weekend, my phone started going a bit red. Lots of people phoning in. But basically, social media is extremely powerful in a positive and a negative. And sometimes you have to stop and think about what you're putting on social media before you do it. So we've already been starting an exercise to consolidate social media, try and get a little bit more control on it. And we'll talk about that at the conference coming up. And then the last thing, in terms of just a few tips and things, Paul's put a nice little piece in at the bottom about selling more. We're seeing some really fundamental mistakes being made by many people. We're not saying that they're not willful mistakes. They're just silly mistakes that people make, and it's the basics of answering the phone. And when you get someone on the phone, knowing how to take that call and give you your best chance of actually delivering a sale out of it. So look, it's nothing rocket science there, please, but again, read it and actually ask yourself, are you doing these things, and what could you do to actually improve it? And there are things that can be done, and we're certainly recommending a number of things to people that maybe struggle getting to the phone in time, or not sure what to say when the customer asks that normal question of how much is it. But look, guys, I know that many of you are busy. It's the weekend coming up. Please, have an appreciation of the Forces Press. If they've got questions, please engage, ask. It doesn't really matter. Fire emails off to us. Don't forget the 22nd of November, the network meeting. I really can't stress enough. That's a really important day. And if there is something you want covered on that day, the best thing to do is try and get something to us sooner rather than later. We're planning that day. We've been planning that day for a month or so now. So, the more we know in advance, the more we can potentially try and sort of get what you want discussed into the agenda. Anyway, I hope that's all for now. Well, it is all for now, not just hope it's all for now. That is all for now. Really hope everything's going well with you guys and girls. And speak to you soon. Cheers.